Hello friends, it's Gear. Do you like doing Viking stuff? I like doing Viking stuff, so let's do some Viking stuff. Today I'm going to revisit the very first video that I filmed for this channel but never actually edited. It ended up being about 6 hours of footage that was all jumbled and horrible, bad angles and stuff. I'm going to try and do a little bit better, redo the project. I want to show you basically how easy it is to do some basic blacksmithing. Maybe you've watched these shows. Maybe you're thinking, oh, I'd like to do that, but oh, don't have the money to put into all that equipment. Today, I'm going to show you how simple it is to just do it with a hole in the ground. That said, I'm going to try and edit this better, so I'm going to do this in little takes. And let's just get started. So my project today is going to be, I call it an old hoe javelin. And what you're going to want is go to a garage sale or check your grandfather's old tools or whatnot. You're going to want to find an old style garden hoe. These are all one piece and it has a socket. Sockets are a hard part to actually smith out. So this is a quick, easy cheater way to do it. By one piece, what I mean is it's all one solid piece. It has a socket, sockets all comes down, and the blade and your tang or whatever here, that's all one. It's not a welded on piece. If it's welded on, this project, it won't work right. So this is a modern hoe. As you can see, the socket and the shaft are two pieces. Then the shaft is actually welded onto the blade. That is not what you want at all. This is all one piece. And we're going to start, I'm going to measure and mark 3/4 of an inch up here. And then out to where the shaft tapers out. So we're going to mark it out to about there where it ends. And about 3/4 of an inch in, I'm going to make lines there. So like that. Marking out a blade. I'm going to grind this down shorter. It's going to end up smaller than that in the end. But that's a good starting point. I'm going to clamp it into this vise here. I'll take the angle cutter and I'm going to cut that out. We have what's starting to look like a spear or javelin already. So the first thing you need is a hole. There we go. There's your fire pit in the backyard. Second thing is going to be fuel. And what you want to find is hardwood charcoal. This isn't the briquettes that you get for your barbecue grill. This is real charcoal, not the barbecue stuff. Second is you need a bellows of some sort. Now, in the past I've used an old pump like this, an old air pump. You can just take a pipe and use a pipe and just blow through it. This method works best if you got kids around. But today I bought a a little electric air pump, like you use to fill up a air mattress. And I'm going to try this out. So I'm going to show you what I did here. Okay, I put a piece of block to kind of reflect the air and the heat. I've got a bed of coal from a fire going underneath there. Dumped some of the charcoal in. I probably should have broken some of this up, but it'll do. Then I've got this old pipe going down in here, and that comes up to the air pump. And then I'm taking this piece of wet cloth and I'm wrapping that around the pipe because heat is going to transfer up this metal pipe, and I don't want that melting the pump. So let's see how this works. Okay, I can tell already that is too powerful. So I'm going to back it up a little. Yeah, you can see the tip of that pipe. I don't know if you can on camera, but that pipe is actually turning hot already. It's already turning red. Okay, that is generating a little bit too much wind, or not too much air, and that will get so hot it's going to end up burning my metal. So I am going to look at alternates. That actually might work. Not exactly where I'd like it, but this will work. So I'm going to put some more charcoal over here. I'm going to go ahead and stick this in. It's a little bit early to be doing this, but so what I want to get originally is I want to get the shaft part heated up. So I'm going to put that down in the fire. And then go ahead and turn that pump on. You're going to want an anvil or a chunk of steel and a few hammers, a couple pairs of pliers, and you just want to pull that out. And I'm going to try with pliers first. See how much I can straighten that by hand. Not well. So we're going to put it on some metal here. Just start pounding it out flat. We'll do it over on the actual anvil. Yes, I know my anvil's rusty. It's been left outside too much. And you just got to pound it out flat. When it loses that glow, go ahead and put it back in the fire. And I'm not going to show you all of this, but you just want to knock it out straight. It's going to take a little bit of pounding, but we're going to shorten this video up and skip a bunch of this. It's also hard to work on the ground like this. It'd be better to raise your anvil so you can actually stand and do all this work. I raised my anvil up a little bit so I can sit on a log. It's a little bit safer, a little bit better for my back. Sure enough, that heat is, with the pump, it's too much air, too constant. It gets a little bit hot. I've burnt a little bit on my steel. If you start seeing some pitting, some scaling, that's starting to burn. So I'm going to call it right there as far as doing the smithing. But you can see it's easy to do this stuff just in a campfire. I think for future, let's do the fun part here. I think for future, either using a larger pipe or maybe drilling some holes along it would lessen the force of the air going in. Because that's essentially like going full pump on a bellows, like constantly. And making a blast furnace out of it. So that's where we are now. Next step is going to be doing some grind work, some cleanup on it. So all I'm going to do now is take the angle grinder here and I'm going to clean it up. First, I'm just going to go over the whole thing sort of and clean some of that old rustiness off of it. I'm just starting with a 40 grit pad here. Okay, now I've given it a once over, kind of cleaned off some of that surface scaling and rust. And now I'm going to clean up my straight edges here on the point. And basically it's gonna get flattened a little bit on the edges. And then I'll kind of buff them or bevel them out again. Now the battery's dying, so I'm just going to take the file that bevel back in, and then I'll take the emery paper and clean it up. Alright, we have a Javelin head. Not bad. I could have gotten it a little bit cleaner, I imagine, if I took them a little bit of time, spent some time on the belt sander or whatnot, but that's good. I'm going to show you now how to mount them. I'm probably going to take this off afterwards because, one, I only have this is a broom shaft, which is a little bit thinner than I usually like to use, or this is a rake shaft or a broom shaft. I usually like to use like the hoe or a heavier shaft. But basically you just got to get them on there. You might have to sand your shaft down a little. Get it on there, get it straight. And the way I like to mount them is I'm going to take a very small drill bit here. You want your drill bit smaller than the hole or than the nail. Then I actually like to use these little copper nails just because they look a little bit more decorative. And so you don't want it longer than the thing, so I'll take and cut them down. And then pound it in there. And I'm not going to do it because, again, I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to look in to see if I can possibly just give this away on my Patreon. It's kind of the idea of Patreon for me is I'd like to give away the things that I make. We'll see. I got to check the legality of that and stuff. But there it's secured enough. And what I like to do is after I pound it in, let's take this one. After I pound them in, I like to take and kind of peen them around. Make them look rough and hammered. Use the peen side of your hammer and just kind of rough them up. But there we have it. Let's go give it a throw. There you have it, old hoe javelin. So doing a little bit of blacksmithing in the fire pit in your backyard isn't all that hard, is it? Go ahead and give it a try. Give me a comment or two, what you think. Would you like to see more videos like this? If you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button so other people get to see it. And subscribe if you want to see more. And if you want to help support my work, I've got a Patreon now. It's listed in the description. Thanks for watching. Prost.